it happened again, and I find it interesting that this happens. But like every couple months, someone would be like, "I remember when you used to get hundreds of thousands of views with every video. What changed?"
What?
And they'll like blame
When
it on
did
this or
that
that element of what I do that they don't like or something, and I'm like, "What?" That's literally never happened before.
Just
like,
make everything you do about Beastars, because that's the one data point.
Like hundreds of thousands of views per video, plural. You're like, so 2,000 views, 200,000 views at least. It's like I checked my. I checked the entire. I guess you can just sort by most popular. It's really easy to check. I have 8 videos that have ever passed 200,000 total. Just 8 videos, not counting the 3 or so that are on the SA channel. So it's like, what? And they're all like part 1s and stuff, because obviously that's how it always goes.
Oh yeah, I got my spreadsheet up and remember who voiced it.
All right, we're all here. That's very funny that after doing this for like 3 years, you started doing a spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, we're talking to the Organization 13 guys.
Yeah,
that's right.
We're in the place where everyone's tall, and then they made us tall. So we're like super tall ghost people.
Wait, aren't we just the same height? Wait, aren't you guys tiny? Why did you make us taller than you? Isn't that kind of weird?
I mean, sometimes you just need a dad in your life.
Yeah. They saw a small cat and was like, what if this cat was at least a foot taller than me for reasons?
You haven't thought about that?
Yeah, I feel like I would have.
It's good.
No, I would have just left the cats to like cat size.
This is hardly my first time here, but the scenery never fails to take my breath away. Why, it feels as if you could reach out and touch the heavens. Now
reach out and touch, Faith.
To begin our guided tour, perhaps you already know these things, but for the sake of thoroughness, I shall start with the basics. Using concepts to give shape to ether, creation magics allow us to bring forth anything we desire, be it inanimate objects or living beings. Anyone may conceive of concepts, but they must all undergo evaluation at the Bureau of the Architect. As part of that process, living beings and certain arcane entities may be sent here to Elpis for in-depth observation and study. It's Spanish for the piss.
Elpis.
A fascinating facility, isn't it? I dare say you will enjoy touring it with us.
The piss facility?
Welcome to the piss facility.
Here's how to use the 3 shells.
Remember your goggles.
Oh. Okay. Again.
Now then, our friend Hermes, aside from overseeing the facility, he also conducts his own research. Chances are he will be at the main observation hub, so let us seek him out there first.
Okay.
Tired as you are, however, you stand out a little too much. Our dear Emmett Silk wishes to keep a low profile for his errand, so... Do you know how to make a robe? The basic concept will do.
You're gonna try to contain this?
No. In that case, Emmett Silk.
Strip.
Yeah, simply strip naked and we'll cast the clothes over you magically. Have you voiced
I was gonna say,
yet?
would they just... I don't know if it was me. Who was it?
I'm pulling open my document. There it is. Let's see. That was in my I don't know column. So I don't think it's come up yet.
I think it's only been voiced so far in this expansion, and it's been forever anyway.
Okay. It's same guy. No, your whim, your responsibility. You're getting not another thimble of aether out of me.
Only a thimble, huh?
The way he scrimps sometimes, you'd think he wasn't a nigh bottomless font of magic. Very well, I shall make the robe, but perhaps you can assist. Come, let us search for the requisite material.
He's like a 12-foot tall man, so a thimble is just like a really low output.
Yeah.
He should probably get his prostate checked.
He might have a narrow urethra like Hank Hill.
What? Wait, what? What's going on?
Everything's fine. All right, my ice cream was disappointing, so I got a surprise for my fridge that I'm gonna try because I'm out of every beer and every other option that isn't caffeinated. So I'm gonna try drinking gender fluid.
Ooh.
Got a can of gender fluid here. I don't even know what it tastes like.
From Omega Mart.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, you were there.
Yeah.
I've had it since then. I've had one on the shelf of my set as like a set item because it's funny. And I've had one in my fridge since then. So for 6 months, I've had gender fluid in my fridge. What do you think it tastes like? What do you think gender fluid tastes like?
I'm thinking grape.
No, ew, what? Grape.
I hate
No.
grape drink.
Ooh.
I think cherry.
What is this? Oh, it's 0 calories.
Okay.
Oh, it's 0 calories. Oh, it's sparkling water. Okay. I was like,
Oh.
I was trying to attend if I would look at it. It's a strong flavor.
Of what?
Is it
It's
fennel?
very citrus.
So
It's pretty good actually. Oh, I'm looking at the side. It's lavender and lemon, which is that is funny.
oh, nice. It's gender fluidity is just
Yeah.
Sprite.
I'm just gonna draw over the name of it in Sharpie and just rename it Amicus Piss.
I knew the 7-Up spot guy was androgynous.
The cool spot. Didn't they get a Super Nintendo game?
Yeah,
I think
beat
so,
that
yeah.
game. I love that game. I have it. I have that actually.
Hell yeah.
My favorite thing in the
Good
description is it says non-toxic, gluten-free, vegan.
Oh
And
no,
it
the
just
number
gets-
station's looking at me
And
now.
it gets increasingly insane. It just says industrial strength, multi-purpose.
Gender fluid?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
That's a
Call of
lot.
Duty.
because it's like 50% drink labeling and 50% like stuff that goes in, like oil change labeling. So it's got increasingly unhinged things written on it. I think I probably paid like $5 for the stupid can for a joke. It tastes alright. I'd drink more. I'm not gonna buy more though.
it doesn't sound like it would be unappealing, but makes sense.
Speaking
Yes.
of characters that had their gender fluid,
Yeah, right? Yes, these creatures should suffice. An etheric rope. I want you to use it to capture, shall we say, 2 pelotodon. There are 3 species here, I believe. Any 2 different kinds should serve. Now, I should mention that the strength of the rope is tied, no pun intended, to the strength of its user. As your ether is still thin compared to ours, you'll need to weaken the pelotodon first. Good luck.
Okay. Ah, the butterflies. Kill the butterflies.
Pedalaudae.
Something like that.
You got it. You got it. Oh, I don't think you're supposed to kill it, or were we?
No.
You're supposed to
No.
capture the weakened thing with its scope.
Yeah.
We have a herd of helpers, though. That makes this a little more difficult.
And then everyone's changing targets on us. Okay, etheric rope. Yatta! Did I do it?
I think it's because
Is it-
we didn't tag this one. It's purple.
Oh, is it not ours?
Nope.
I hate these butterflies.
Viewers
Come
at
over
home,
here.
go away. You're gonna make this really hard to do. Oh,
Okay, I roped it. Oh god.
yeah, I'm stuck with this guy.
Get out of here, dude. Who even are you? Okay.
My manganese greatsword is bound to me.
I need another.
That sounds like commitment. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore.
Where is?
I think we already got a purple one, so we need a different one now.
Need to stop everything else keeps aggroing when I'm trying to just get this one of these guys.
Wait, are they just like snakes with flower heads?
It reminds me of
There's a blue one.
like the frill of that dinosaur that spit in Nedry's face.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Didn't I put that in a video?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Oh, somebody else captured it. I get it. This
Did it count for you?
No.
Oh.
This quest is confusing in multiplayer.
Yeah.
Wait, how is this water moving? When this is just stagnant water? That's kind of gross.
That's how you get the gender
Sorry, go
fluid.
Yeah.
That's how you get dysentery.
You gotta poop out all the testosterone.
Ah, that's where it's stored at.
There we go. And then this guy's still mad at me.
Do you still need to get this one?
I've got 2 captured now.
Alright.
I'm just trying to fight end the fight. And another guy.
Sometimes I forget this game just has monsters standing in the field topology.
Yep. Enemy placement's very strange in this game. Made somewhat stranger by how little we interact with it.
Yeah. You've caught all the pelletol. Come, let's see.
Here's some butterflies in a bag.
Yes, these fine fellows will do nicely. And now for a spot of reversion.
It's time to set out on our reversion diversion.
There, it's ready. It's nothing fancy, but then we're trying not to stand out. Try to emphasize.
You turn living beings into clothing? Just like that? But I just got hot.
Well, not just like that. You need to revert them to the constituent ether first. Lest you wonder why I asked you for 2 species, it is due to the difference in their etheric balance. Blending them allows us to produce Gar with superior etheric stability.
You just have to get a bit murdery.
Well, and good to disguise. Well and good to disguise an educated, but it won't fool anyone who can see worth a damn.
Fair point, but at the very least, it should spare you unwanted attention from casual observers. Emmett Selk speaks true. Even dressed like us, your unusual nature will be plain to those who think to look. Should someone question your presence, don't make up excuses, much less try to explain what you actually are. No, best simply to say that you're a familiar. The question is whose?
Probably Emmett's.
Of course, Asm's. If you say you belong to him, people will give you the benefit of the doubt for any and all outlandish behavior.
They'll Asm step away.
Exploiting our associate's absence?
For lack of his presence, absolutely. Were he here, he'd have been the first to propose the idea, and you know it.
It's kind of funny. Mine says she.
Oh, that's right.
Because it's us.
Yeah.
With that, your story is settled. Let us continue with our errand.
Which doesn't even really make sense, because they're not actually us. And there's no reason for people that are tied this way to be the same gender. It doesn't actually make sense.
Maybe we just have really strong aether.
You don't understand how intense our gender is.
My gender, it's contagious. If you are ready, let us continue along the path to Anagorsis.
Normal word.
The place serves as an observation hub and residence both. Someone there should be able to point us in the direction of Hermes.
His bike, it's faster.
Maroon.
He topped off the gender fluid.
The the go-fast use.
I can't believe a motorcycle is faster than 6 self-destructive enemies tied to chains on a chair.
I mean, if they're self-destructive, they probably don't really want to be doing what they're doing, so I would probably expect them to be slow.
I don't even like bombs, but this throne is so powerful. The way that the Rothgar sits in it is incredible.
That pose, man.
That pose is incredible.
My guy just has small little legs. He just can't run fast.
Got tiny little legs.
He got tiny little legs.
It's an Easter nightmare. Yes, can I help you?
We wish to speak with Chief Hermes. Do you know where we might find him?
Well, now, by your mask, I assume you are one of the 14. I wasn't aware there was to be a visitation.
14, huh?
Between you and us, it's something of a surprise. Your discretion in the matter would be appreciated.
I see. My lips are sealed. The chief should be out conducting observations as usual. His focus of late has been aquatic creatures, so I expect you will find him at one of the pools here.
The pools, you say? Many thanks, and apologies for disrupting your work.
I forgot how to pronounce this guy's name.
Hythlodaeus.
Hythlodaeus. I say, Hythlodaeus, while I've never met Hermes, you know him well, do you not? That being the case, couldn't you simply find him by his aether?
Aye, that I could.
Huh?
As you know, Emet and I can discern the color of souls. By the same token, we can also see ether quite keenly, and from great distances. With this skill, I could readily locate Hermes, but I felt that would be a waste of an opportunity. We're here to perform an assessment, after all. By searching the ordinary way, we stand to gain insight into Elpis and the man in charge of it.
This is as much of of your own enjoyment, like as not, but point taken. If you're here to accompany us, make yourself useful and help us look for Hermes. According to his profile, he has short, dark hair. So you know, it's because we're an Elpis that we don't have our cowls up, a special exemption due to the need to be aware of dangerous creatures. Elsewhere, we would not exhibit our individuality. It's unseemly. This is all common sense, but I would not assume you possess any.
You are correct.
Huh?
It is a rare treat indeed to be able to search for someone by their appearance. And I thank you for humoring me. Come, let's find our man.
Meanwhile, in the future, Emet Selk is such a wacky original character. Do not steal, man.
Honestly, he looks better in the future. I can see why this version split apart.
Did we actually get robes to wear?
I think yes, but I don't remember if that was actually before we took a break.
Yeah, the Sophist robes.
Whip.
Okay.
It's a podia, those legs. Whip. And then Kupodema.
Oh, yeah.
What are these words? There, I blend now.
Me too.
These fucking glasses.
Wait, are you allowed to dye this? Oh my god.
Maybe, I don't know. Robes are so
can.
fucking bulky on large characters. Also, I have a giant sword.
I only have one
Nobody look.
Oh, look at my giant sword.
Nobody look at my giant sword.
I'm very self-conscious about it. I'm up all night posting on r/big sword problems.
Yeah, it's a completely average side. It's only 5 feet.
What?
You're not even measuring the hilt.
He measures the hilt, right? That's how you measure swords. God damn it.
Poor self-conscious knight.
It's one of my favorite old jokes with Bird was the idea of somebody like live reacting to Dr. Manhattan's dick in Watchmen, and like trying to gauge how big or small he should think it is based on the room, like trying to understand how to react to it.
I would prefer it if everyone saw it a different size. They saw it as the size they wanted him to have.
Like each Blu-ray had a different size dick.
Yeah. Yes.
Just to fuck with people.
Well,
just to bait people into saying that it looks big or small. Like, they're like, wait, what?
I mean, literally. I mean, like, literally every person sees the same dick in different sizes.
Just by magic?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could just make it so that at certain reflections of the light, based on where someone's standing, the dick looks bigger or smaller based on that positioning.
Oh, well,
he's like a god, right?
I meant human beings in real life watching the movie was the joke. It's like trying to gauge how big they're supposed to
like
think.
Audiences. Okay.
Yeah, like they see his dick come out and they're trying to guess how big they're supposed to think it is because he's got his dick out for most of the movie, and it's like it's totally. I think it's small. It's tiny actually. Yeah, crazy.
In that case, it would be better if it got bigger as the movie went on.
Oh, it's like the sheriff's hat in Scary Movie 3.
All right, Hermes.
Exactly. Oh my god.
Huh. You are...
Oh.
Ooh, put your mask on. Gross.
Different. You're different too. You and me. We're alike. Friends. I want to be... Wait. Please. Wait. Greetings and salutations. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, and know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
That's a lot for strangers.
May we please be friends?
Ah, I see you found him. It's Ladeus. It's been a while. Too long, I think.
Too long indeed for close collaborators. On this blessed occasion, I bring not only myself, but others who long to speak with you.
You are of the Convocation.
Emmet Selk at your service. Do I have the honor of addressing Hermes, Chief Overseer of Elpis?
You do. You have traveled far for it.
Given your facility's purpose, its remote location is something of a necessity. Would that I didn't have to rely upon a guide.
Oh, you wound me. Have I not ever been an attentive and helpful friend? But moving along to more agreeable company, this one we chance to... Well, you certainly have her attention. Is she one of yours, Hermes?
Her name is Meteion. It means shooting star.
If I may make an observation, her ether is terribly thin. I fear she might dissipate at any moment. Nor do I believe you've made a submission to the Bureau. I would remember such a concept if you had.
I haven't, as you say. I judged it too early. She's a pet project of mine, still undergoing preliminary testing. But rest assured that I will attend in person ere long.
Very well. Being an authority on flying life forms, I appreciate that you are exacting in your work. I shall look forward to your submission.
If we have finished with the perfunctory chit-chat, I would discuss official matters. By my coming, I trust you already anticipate the subject.
I have an inkling, yes. Please wait to the main building yonder. I shall join you as soon as I've returned these creatures to their homes.
What's wrong, Hermes?
An amostoma is missing.
I may have found it. A creature with the self-same ether as those there, nestled in the boughs of a tree outside the grounds.
You're saying they can climb with their sorry excuses for limbs?
Don't bully it. The fashion has been to imbue aquatic creatures with the power of flight, ever since the words of Metron created a sky-swimming fish. The ambistomas too can fly, if only slightly, and they could conceivably climb a tree. Whether they can come down safely, however. Excuse me.
What are we supposed to do with this lot?
May I suggest we split up? If you would be so good as to assist Hermes, Emmett Selk and I shall keep an eye on these adorable creations in the meantime.
My God, man, you're almost standing on top of them.
By God. Axolotls are goofy little things.
Yeah.
So weird. God, we used to have axolotls in our house, and one of them got pregnant and it just looked miserable. Just a horrible, bloated nightmare creature. Just can't, like, can barely move around, just kind of floating there.
Sounds pretty...
Until eventually it just kind of shits out a bunch of eggs. You're like, oh.
Yeah, I think most fish are like that.
Isn't nature beautiful?
No. People just say that so they feel better about how disgusting it all is.
I think it's been a while now, but I think I remember the eggs all had to be moved to a new location because if you leave them in the tank, the axolotls will just eat them.
Yep. Yep. I had one growing up as well. They're pretty neato. Yep. What is it? What the hell did you put a Oh my God, he's dead.
Not the abystoma, abystoma, and histamine. It seems Hermes and Meteion have found their quarry, a creature known in this age as an abystoma. Yet, though it has been safely extricated from the tree, Hermes appears to have found himself in quite the predicament.
The abystoma! Hermes saw it high up the tree. He climbed up to get it, but it jumped on him, and he slipped.
Everything is under control, I trust. Ah! I accidentally clicked my middle stick and it fucking made the whole window shrink.
Yes, rest assured, this is nothing new to me. I've endured it. I've ended up in far more compromising positions in the course of my work.
Huh?
Now,
What?
for your own safety, please stand back.
How compromising.
Oh, this is gonna be good. I knew it. Beautiful. Flat, face first. Yes.
Are these positions listed in a book somewhere?
Yeah, the Hermes Sutra.
Excellent impression of the Lisa soundtrack.
He's dead! Hermes, are you alright?
Quite all right, yes. My apologies for making you worry, Meteion. Both you and,
You call me the Warrior of Light.
the Warrior of Light you are called. An intriguing name. Somehow reminiscent of a new creation. Thank you for coming after me. As for you, little one, you must be more careful.
What a beautiful Pokemon call. They get better every year.
You may be able to fly, but it doesn't mean you cannot fall and hurt yourself. Oh no, I had forgotten all about its fellows.
I'm down, camera.
Truly.
The music.
Oh, what a relief. I must thank Emetzelk and Hythlodaeus when I return to them. But first, with the distractions out of the way, as Chief Overseer of Elpis, permit me to welcome you to our facility. I hope you will enjoy your time here. Wow!
I'm down here!
Oh.
Andrew's yellow.
Extreme.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna blend in.
You have embraced
Look,
the
if
piss.
Granted,
I'm not allowed to have-
granted, I don't think the gay harness is gonna blend in either.
Well, we mustn't keep the others waiting. Let us return to Anagorsis.
Everywhere we go, there's just a perimeter of high-level mounts just lurking around us.
They're gonna rob us for our money.
Isn't that
Oh
a
no,
god?
a bird! Oh, you never wanted to ride a god before?
Uh.
I think that's how Dionysus was made, right?
We all saw Thor's gut in Endgame.
Thor's in this game?
I can't answer these questions live on stream. It's inappropriate.
Is it? Oh. There we go.
My apologies for
here?
the trouble. Owing to your kind assistance, all the Abystomas are safe and well. I will presently send them back to their space, if you would go on ahead to the main building. Upon entering, you'll see a table and chairs, a meeting area. We may speak there.
Very well. Take care not to let those creatures slip away again. Goodbye, adventurous ambystoma.
Trying to die in a field again, I guess. He has a habit. I can still hear its beautiful call.
There's something so terribly funny about a tiny, cute creature screaming like a grown man.
I'm more concerned about your fire alarm going off.
It'll be fine.
He has seconds to live.
The fire department loves when you say that.
Yeah. Our people on our streams are taking turns with carbon monoxide poisoning.
I don't pay for fire insurance.
In California? Oh, wait.
This appears to be the place. And here is where we part ways. We will be discussing highly sensitive affairs. Only a select few may be privy to such knowledge, and that does not include someone who cannot or will not divulge their origins. What? Will I have to remove you by force?
There are reasons I cannot speak freely.
Let's hear them then, these reasons of yours. Who knows? If I deem your mysterious cause worthy, I may even be inclined to offer my assistance.
I do not object to his attendance.
Hermes, this is highly irregular.
Perhaps, but I believe he can be trusted. Meteion would not have taken to him so quickly otherwise. Moreover, the presence of a third party may help me to maintain composure.
As you wish, then. Behave yourself, do you hear?
What have I done?
Not supposed to be here.
But he's acting like I killed his mom or something. I didn't do anything. Like, behave? What? Have I acted out?
So, it's finally happened, then.
Aye. Fandaniel has declared his intention to step down and named you as his preferred successor.
Oh no, not funny, Dan.
In recognition of your knowledge and your works, the Convocation is giving the recommendation due consideration. As one who does not know you personally, I am to use my impartial eye to take your measure. And above all else,
Perfectly
to
average.
ascertain your disposition towards the invitation.
You mean the ether, right?
I understand that you and Fandaniel are close. He himself was once chief overseer of Elpis after all. I should not be surprised if you knew before anyone else that he wished to relinquish his office.
I did. He told me that when he fulfilled his purpose, he wished to pass the torch to me.
A torch you seem none too pleased to accept. Are you so averse to serving on the Convocation?
No, it's not that. For a humble researcher like myself to even be considered is an honor beyond words. No. What troubles me, what I struggle to come to terms with, is the very fact that Fandaniel is stepping down. Does this not mean that he will return to the star?
Of his own volition, yes, like so many others have before him.
Return to the star? Does that mean die?
Well now, That's not a word I hear often. Is that what you say here in Elpis? Mankind is the life of Aetheris. Each of us, a drop of blood flowing through its veins, bearing sustenance. In our finite time upon it, 'tis our duty to make it a better place, that all who call it home, now and in future, may abide in happiness. To that end, we have dedicated ourselves to the pursuit of enlightened creation. And by our efforts did we transform this once untamed wilderness into the peaceful paradise you enjoy today. To return to the star whence we came is a privilege afforded to we who have so loved and nurtured it. A choice embraced by those who have lived their lives to the fullest, in service to our world. And when they depart upon this journey, it is beautiful, always.
The 14 are no exception. 'Tis believed no occasion is more felicitous than the fulfillment of one's duty. Our office becomes our lives, and to retire is to return, or so the majority of us hold. Some few have elected to eschew custom. Mayhap you feel Fandaniel's deeds do not warrant his return. Yet you should know his accomplishments as well as any. During his time, he conceived of countless outstanding concepts. And channeling the wealth of experience he attained here in Elpis, he brought forth many new specimens.
I know of all this. I do. It's just, I cannot fathom why someone so great and wise, who could still do so much good, would want to end it all. Oh no, I've made her upset. Forgive me. I know I requested your presence. Might I trouble you to take Meteion outside? A change of scenery would do her good.
I'm sorry, hero. I didn't mean a walk. Perhaps we can go for a walk? Wanna go for a walk? Huh?
For real? I'll get my leash.
Hermes gets sad when he thinks about death. When others are sad, I'm sad too. That's how I am. How he made me. But don't worry, I'm fine now. So, why did you come here? You want to learn about Elpis and Hermes? Oh, teach you. I can teach you. We can take turns. I tell you something, then you tell me something. Sounds like fun. Ha 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 ha. It will be, it will be. Where to start? Yes. Let's talk to Memnon. He should be near the Aetheryte. I'm not good at explaining, but Memnon is. Agamemnon is. So I'll have him explain instead. I don't know if that's a reference or not. I don't know. That's what comes to mind when I try to awkwardly pronounce the part they give us.
Feels related.
Yeah. Ah, the Aetheryte. Anyone can use it to teleport anywhere. Well, maybe not anywhere. Not to the ground or other isles. For that, you need teleporters. Oh, and permission.
Who is Memnon? Okay. And what do we have here? Though you look like a person, you have the ears of a beast. I assume you're familiar, like Meteion. Is there something you need?
This is the Warrior of Light. Could you teach him about Elpis?
A newly arrived familiar, is she? Very well. I should be glad to introduce our fair facility to her. As you know, it is mankind's duty to make the star a better place. As part of this duty, we employ creation magics to bring forth new life. However, we cannot simply release our works into the wild or into the world, for it would lead to chaos. No. Any and all life forms must undergo extensive testing to determine their fitness to exist. Testing which is conducted here in Elpis. Every candidate is subjected to rigorous study, in which we identify their properties, surmise what habits they might be suitable, and speculate as to the effects that may have on the environment and other species. Should it be judged a beneficial addition to the star, it will be allowed to take its place in the world. The two of you, too, were created with the hope of making the star a better place. So heed your masters well and be good. Do you hear?
Wow. We will, Memnon. We will. Thanks for the lesson. You had a turn. Now I get a turn. Where did you come from?
Wait, huh?
From the Crystarium, I guess.
Crystarium. I've never heard of it. But this place is important to you. I can feel it. Oh, my power. I haven't told you about it. A creation. Let's find a creation, one not being watched. Then I'll explain my power.
I'll eat it.
Yum. She just opens her maw and just sucks it in and just gains its characteristics like Kirby.
Oh, she's fucking Atmos.
Sure, here's an ugly bird. I think I've killed like 100 of these.
It's a shoebill.
How much it cost? Oh yeah, that's exactly what they look like. They're always so angry looking.
I love them.
I would be too.
Oh, this creation is perfect. But I don't remember seeing it before. Perhaps it's new. Anyway, I'll try reading its mind. That's my power.
Even animals?
They have minds.
Hey, you smell like shit. Wait, what did you say to it?
Good chat. I can't read it. Or maybe there's nothing to read?
Rude.
I know.
Wait, please wait. I'll try again with you this time. Who is Runar? Greetings, can you hear me? This is my power. I can read the emotions of those around me and project my emotions to others in return. I am not actually speaking to you in your mind, rather you are converting my emotions into words and intention, a process performed subconsciously by intelligent life forms. Emotions are weirdly good at conveying exposition, it turns out. This ability is vital to my mission, for it allows me to interact with intelligent beings even should they communicate via unknown languages or other nonverbal means. As a consequence, I am clumsy at speaking. Yet though I struggle to express myself in this fashion, Hermes wants me to speak as much as possible, for everyone has thoughts and feelings that they may wish to hide. I harbor an affection for you, one that is difficult to define. Aside from the fact that you share common traits with us, your thoughts are complex, prismatic. They draw me in and leave me wanting to know more.
Are you asking me out?
Out of respect for your privacy, I will refrain from using my power when speaking to you. Nevertheless, I want you to know that I wish to be your friend. Did you hear me? Good. Now it's my turn again. So, what are you good at?
Killing.
Playing.
You know.
Playing? I'm not sure what that means. Hermes says, let's play. Me too. But then he goes for a walk, or looks at creations. It's fun, but no different from work. That shoe bill's onto you. It knows what you did. I think we might be bothering it. If you were bothering, I feel like it would have reacted by now. Like, it's just... You're like 3 feet from a bird. Let's keep going. We'll go and see Euthanae next. She's usually in a small building. The one on the west row.
This poor bird. Motionless bird.
Huh.
Okay.
Normal. Euclides. The Spriggans. Spriggans? What are Spriggans? Oh, the nightmares that Andrew has. Oh no, yeah. We call him Oriai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, much better. I like your guys' word much better.
Oriai. If there's just one, we say Orias. Though they're cute, they can be naughty. Sometimes they run off with concept crystals and Hermes has to run after them. Oriai. Yeah.
It's got the same like mouthfeel as naming a wolf creature Aruru.
Aruru. Aruru. It's important to give them a name they can pronounce.
Then they probably just sound like they're talking about themselves all the time.
Well, if it isn't Meteion, I see you've brought a friend today.
Greetings, Euthanae. An apple. Could you make me an apple? The kind Hermes likes, covered in syrup. I want to share it with the hero.
Oh, candied apple. Hermes is certainly partial to them, but you know you can't eat Meteion. You weren't made to do so.
What?
But I like it too.
It may seem that way, but it's due to your ability to share others' feelings. You've taken Hermes' likes for your own. In any case, I can't prepare an apple right now, but I'll bring one for Hermes soon, I promise.
I'm sorry, hero. I wanted to show you my favorite thing. Then I could ask about yours, but I failed. Tell her what you like. Gilza. Ooh, that's what you like? Yes, I can feel it, your joy and happiness. And it makes me happy too. Thank you for sharing it with me. Well, we've walked and talked a lot. Maybe Hermes is finished talking too. Shall we go and see?
For some reason, this thing's voice, I imagine it's Morty.
Yeah.
Like the way that it talks.
I just got hit with the cursed thought of like a psychic feeder. Just like, just like stuffing someone because they specifically want to feel what the food like tastes like. And it's completely for them and not for the person eating.
I think I've read a story about an Illithid doing that.
Oh god.
There you are. I can see fresh air has done Meteion good.
Is it, yeah, he wanted to learn about you and Elpis, so I taught him. About this place, about my power, about your favorite food.
I'm not sure if that last one will be of any use.
It literally saves the world in 2 hours.
But I do appreciate your keeping Meteion company. While you were away, I finished speaking with our guests.
Finished? Hardly. You requested time to consider the invitation, so we have no choice but to occupy ourselves with an inspection of your work.
My apologies. It has been decided that Emetzelk and Hythlodaeus will accompany me as I tend to my duties. If you wish to learn more, perhaps you would like to come too.
I'm compelled to remind you that they are in no way associated with the Convocation. We simply chanced to meet at propylation. There is no guarantee that the matters we discuss will remain private.
I do not mind. To see the joy their presence brings Meteion, I cannot imagine our mysterious friend harbors malicious intent.
They are kind, really, truly. They taught me so as much as I taught them. You're coming, of course, to watch Hermes. You're bound to learn lots and lots.
Sign me up, kid.
Meow. So it's 8:30 now. I have been recording non-stop almost entirely since 10 a.m.
Oh my god.
Yo, 2-hour podcast,
Wow.
5 hours of password, and then like 3 or 4 hours of this. And then I'll die, I guess.
Sleep is for the
You'll
dead.
return to the star.
And I'll go to bed and wake up in the morning in time for my class on anxiety.
If everyone is ready, there are a few creations I need to check on. First, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward Abistoma. Have care when you step outside. Oh, did I skip a line? I skipped a line. Yeah.
I don't think it did you?
No.
No, just seemed like it. All right. Have care when you step outside a hub, where there may be more unruly creatures about.
Unruly.
Keep your creatures in their
They don't have
habitats?
cages.
Yeah, they don't have cages. I'm
Everything is free
assuming
roaming
habitats.
here.
Maybe that's the reason things
Yeah.
get stepped on.
Yeah, I show up to these online classes about anxiety because it's like I'm just checking every box of that to show them I'm taking this stupid process seriously, so they have to just fucking test me for ADHD eventually.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
hope.
that this is cheaper for them than just testing you, so I don't really understand.
I don't really get
Well,
it
it's not
either.
cheaper for him, technically.
I think they're just disinclined to prescribe ADHD in general or something.
Yeah,
It's
they just don't.
it's a very frustrating process. But the classes are stupid because they're online and they're on Zoom. It's the first time I've ever used Zoom. You just listen to someone for like 40 minutes and then it's over, and that's the whole process. And
Yes, a video.
yeah, it's basically just watching a PowerPoint that might as well be pre-recorded. But sometimes the other people that are there stupidly don't turn off their video and microphone, and so like the first 10 minutes is just spent trying to get these idiots to just stop like streaming to everybody.
Zoom does have a feature, by the way, where
It's
you can
it's
press
just
one
miserable.
button and it mutes everybody and turns off everyone's video.
Yep, but they're too dumb.
So
I also have
they're too
I have
dumb.
not learned a single thing from these classes yet. It's just stuff that you know about anxiety from being on the internet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just self-help bullshit. Like,
Yeah, like
If-
the last time
if-
was
if
about
you have
how
anxiety-
like people that anxiety have avoidant behavior, and that's like self-morbid, and that like it makes its own problem worse because the avoidant behaviors means you continually don't challenge yourself and it become more comfortable avoiding things, and it's a spiral. And I'm like, yeah, no, I already know I do this. You're just telling me the things I consciously
Wow.
fight against doing already, like I know about.
That sounds so familiar. If only I could have said all that to a licensed therapist and they could have used that information to diagnose me with something.
Well,
Wait, is this an avoidance? Are you like not doing, or are you taking a class like what's the point of taking the class? What is the class supposed to do? What's the end goal here? That it cures you?
It doesn't really
I
make
think they
much sense.
have the vague notion that teaching you what anxiety is will help you realize you have anxiety, and that will make you not have
But-
anxiety.
I went in for a
somehow.
I went in to get tested for ADHD, and I filled out a bunch of forms, and Toaster filled out some forms too from the outside perspective, and they were all like borderline for ADHD, but a little higher for anxiety. So then instead of testing me for ADHD, they then signed me up to do like 6 months of therapy sessions about anxiety in person.
Okay.
And then that person then signed me up to do online classes for like this 6-week course on top of that.
Wait. So you right now you went to a therapist, and that therapist.
Yeah, I see a
told
therapist
you
in person
to
every
go
3
to a-
weeks, and then they signed me up for classes that happen every week for like 6 weeks to do on top of that.
So every week. So you're already going to therapy for anxiety, and you're taking classes to learn about anxiety, so that when you go back to your sessions,
and it gives us something to talk about, I
just-
guess. But it's just kind of dumb, because I've never learned anything from the classes yet, and then also the therapy sessions also feel like they accomplish absolutely nothing.
Well, yeah, because the
just-
therapy sessions end up becoming a conversation about the classes, the thing you don't need to talk about because it's not
Well, it's also
relevant
just
to
like
you.
I've already been like actively trying to address my anxiety and so on for the last couple of years with the furry fandom and everything, and like doing social things and saying yes to a lot of stuff. So like it's already like, so it's like there's nothing to talk about because everything they ever bring up is just stuff that I'm already working on and so on. And then whenever they bring up ADHD type tactics, and I'm like, okay, when am I getting tested for ADHD? Because this is all a fucking cul-de-sac I was sent on instead of being tested for ADHD, which is what I came here for the first place for. I still won't want that.
This sounds.
I hate
this sounds
it.
like a reach around. Like
It's
you
just-
should not be.
that would be much
you should not
better.
be doing this. You should be able
It's a
to
very
just go
strange
to a
metaphor you've
therapist.
employed. I don't really know what you
Is
meant.
it? That's what all doctors do.
That's why they wear one glove.
Yeah.
I don't know if Andrew knows what he said.
That's fine. I'm assuming it has something to do with the ass. It always does.
It'll happen next time we're in a car chase with Andrew, which will happen, and he'll say, they're giving us the reach around.
Yeah, I can't wait for him to use that in other contexts without knowing what it means.
What's the reach around? I know what a reach around is.
What the fuck do you mean then?
What the fuck do you mean then? What do you? What? I wasn't.
You said the doctor's giving
confused
me a
about-
reach around. I'm like, what?
Yeah. oh, I meant the run around.
Yes!
That's what I meant.
Yup.
I didn't hear myself. Sorry. I was.
You caught
I was
up with what
thinking
you were
words,
saying
but I
now?
wasn't. Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah,
words, but
that's
I wasn't saying the words I was
Deeply
thinking.
unhinged.
I'm, sorry.
I'm like, yes, please, but what?
I tried to autopilot that one.
You can't.
So that's what all the hell the George money's for.
Does that come with the prostate exam?
Is this covered by my HMO?
The prostate exam and a reach around. Oh my god.
This here is a new species of Petadola we recently set loose.
Cool.
Don't reach around it.
It's been doing very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. If it can see its observation period to the end without issue, we shall release it into the world. Tell me,
Okay.
do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities? It is the presence of a soul. Yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. No, it manifests only in those beings whose forms adhere to the laws of creation, that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it might resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation, and it is hubris to assume otherwise. But come, let us head to the nearby beacon. I've received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. Arcane entities.
So wait, you're telling me these butterflies have souls?
I don't know, because these are like test copies. I wonder if like they start having souls when they put them down on the planet, maybe?
I would imagine that having a soul is one of the requirements for being put down there.
It's the
like it has
butterfly beta test.
Yeah, the beta fly.
The beta fly.
I don't want to fly beta.
You want to fly Delta?
What's the last one? Zeta?
Ryanair.
What?
Zeta Airlines.
Zeta Creations, rest in peace.
Boop 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 boop. Do 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 do. Oh, are these arcane creations? I couldn't tell the difference.
I don't know, man. These things look like they have souls. What's that thing in the center? Isn't that a soul?
That's the G spot.
Oh.
Put a fork in it.
Oh.
I mean, it's nice that it's like right there in the open. It makes it easy to find. Who just looked at me when I said that?
Ah, yes. Lightning Numa, just as the report said. Although we call this structure a beacon due to its form, it's in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. In the course of its operation, it often sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now, that element is lightning, which draws the Numa here to replenish their ether. It appears Meteion is busy. Would you care to assist me in her stead and feed the Numa?
Numa, Numa.
Numa, 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 yay. By using this lightning converger, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball. A veritable feast for our dazzling friends.
Oh.
Go on, give it a try.
I could just lightning ball them? Lightning ball!
Lightning.
Be sure to eat your lightning. Okay. So they also make the Aether constructs, or is that just like random?
I think they mentioned that it can happen naturally or by creation magic. So I don't know if they specify for these particular ones.
Okay, but they can just naturally happen.
Yeah, because I think like on Eorzea we see these kinds of sprites just naturally happen wherever elements are going crazy.
Well, they didn't say, or they didn't specify that etheric things can't go down to the planet, did they?
Arcane entities? Well, it sounds like they need some kind of external power source. Well, yeah, because I guess these just need lightning energy to eat. So I don't know, maybe they could.
Okay. I mean, I guess it would have to serve a purpose to the planet itself, ultimately.
Perfectly done. Now look. See how they gather to feed? How they express themselves through their actions despite their lack of words? Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of thinking, feeling creatures, nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities. Be it a soulless arcane entity such as a Numa, or an ephemeral life form such as a Peladora, all seek to perpetuate their existence, to survive.
Is Meteion an arcane entity?
Probably. It doesn't eat, right?
A good question. I can answer it from a theoretical standpoint, but it ultimately falls to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment.
Oh.
Those with Those with exceptional vision, such as Hythlodaeus, may be able to ascertain her true nature. But to me, it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that is all I need to know.
Yatta! Oh, you finished already? I'm sorry, I was in the way.
Not worry, my dear. They missed nothing of note, and we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next, we will head east to the Morning Dew. I need to speak with some observers there.
Okay.
Wee woo. Oop. I'm on my piss cloud.
Why?
Ew. No. What?
King of
Why?
Elpis.
Oh,
That's a goo-boo.
what are you doing here? Who let this gobbledygoo in here?
Amazing, is it not? The Amphilos, one of our newest subjects. So, how are we coming along?
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis. Entelechies. Like me.
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms. Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
Reflect the emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions. In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy. While it has no will of its own, it is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it. And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are anthellis.
That's me! That's me! An entelechi!
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Wait, a form of energy other than ether? Dynamis? I've never heard of such a thing.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation. What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter. On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteion?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%. The more abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions. Nay, I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an entelechy. Like me. So, are we the same? Entelechies.
Well, I have been known to transcend my limits with nothing but determination. And stretching.
That sounds more akin to the desperate flailings of a wild beast when facing imminent death.
A deficit of ether alone does not an entelechy make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis. And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate it. Oh dear, I'd forgotten about the poor fellow. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
If there's some kind of system in which you could break your limits. That'd be crazy. Emmett Selk's here to be whining at us again.
Hell yeah.
You'll never guess. That's you, Andrew.
Oh, I'll have myself muted. Sorry.
There
You
you
fool.
Oh no.
You can hit enter
There we
to
go.
open your chat log.
You
Thank
fool.
Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it even if we knew, but it irks me to discover that there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes, what?
We don't tell
How?
you things on purpose.
Who couldn't like me? That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation.
Why did you join the Convocation?
Oh, you wish to know why Emmett Silk was chosen for the Convocation? I should be glad to share the tale. It began when...
Not another word. Unless you've forgotten where to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not your concern.
He's just kicking the dirt over there.
Damn.
Look, Hythlodaeus sees an opportunity for hot goss, and he's ready to dish.
That is too many teeth.
Oh yeah, multiple rows.
That's a problem. No.
No software for
Maybe
him.
they're land sharks.
My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Amphilos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it's released unto the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Chartibus. That is where I shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north.
Where the deer and the anthellis play.
I don't know if a deer could stand up to that.
Yeah, I think deer are only like 5'8" if they stand up straight.
Yeah.
Are deer that small?
They can be pretty small. I threw a deer once.
Why did you throw a deer once?
Because it got separated from mom on my side of the fence. It was just
like a baby
over
deer.
here
Right.
screaming.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned you threw
Yeah.
a deer over the fence.
Oh.
I threw a deer.
They're dumb like
once.
Yeah.
It's just an insane sentence.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta throw an animal.
I understand there's a problem with one of the Chartibus. That's correct.
Yes. Oh.
As you know, the Chartibus is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. The specimens
horrible.
created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. They turned blue. We don't like it.
Yo, listen up.
This is the third generation creature. It was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water. Its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise even the slightest bit.
I mean, it seems pretty good.
For such a change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable. Flawed even. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Chartibus would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You need not go to such lengths.
You don't... But of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of aether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet, convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of another is considered vainglorious in the extreme, and as uncouth and unseemly as running around robeless. Shameful. This guy has a lot of problems. He has a lot of hang-ups.
Am I to understand you make a habit of this?
That's me.
Oh, that was you. It cut to me.
Am I to understand you make a habit of this?
Nothing of the sort. It's just that when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power.
Be that as it may. Oh no.
Yes, I believe I have a solution. Emetzelk, may I trouble you to move that Chardabis away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight?
Huh? Hey!
He knows we're talking about him. We'll have to spell out T-R-E-A-T. Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here.
What mischief are you scheming now?
No mischief, I assure you. It would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith and run along.
I trust you don't mind? Great. Come along, you fucking weirdo. Goodbye!
Creatures that just never fucking close their mouths.
That must be awful. Do you just hear them breathing all the time? There's you're like, oh no, why?
Emetzelk is out of sight? Good. Let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Emetzelk train the Chardabis.
Huh? How? What?
What?
Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see ether currents. And with his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you described, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Hero, I want you to go to Emetzelk. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He'll be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. It's his favorite. Now, off you go, and good luck.
All right, let's do that.
Them having us type out, I have a favor to ask directly at Emetzelk.
Remember, 12 no's and a yes means yes.
I swear they just like using the say command as a quest once per expansion.
Yeah, it's pretty infrequent.
It just always feels like it came out of nowhere. We're like, oh, we're doing this again? Do they make console players type it out with like an in-game keyboard?
Ooh, I don't know, actually.
It's a wacky gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah, you just type it out.
I
It's just
don't know
way
how
more
navigable
annoying.
the console keyboard is. That seems like a nightmare.
Depends. I think the PlayStation 1's pretty okay.
Oh no, push to talk is my caps lock. This is gonna be hard.
I have a Favor to ask. You put it in your FC, you fool.
Oh shit, did I?
Yeah,
oh, I was
you
in
fool.
the FC mode. Damn it. That's fine.
You
I can press up
fool.
on the keyboard. No!
That's why I got type /say.
Say.
He did it. Wow.
Oh, I wasn't targeting him. God damn it, Emmett. You stupid fuck.
4th time's the charm.
God. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I not capital the I enough for you? I have a... Jeez, what a little
5th
fuck.
time's the charm.
Okay. All right, there we go. Oh, no. No, you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. Ugh. I don't know what Hyladus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse.
If Hythlodaeus is to be believed, relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever wary Emmett Selch. Please, Emmett Selch. Now don't do any typos this time, Andrew.
I won't. God, sorry, Emmett. I don't know, I was dealing with a fucking school teacher again.
This is just teaching the player base how to spell his name.
At all costs.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
Oh, I'm foisting hard.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so.
What?
And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emmett Selk. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Is that a threat? Are you threatening to...
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emmett Selk. Please.
Toes.
Please!
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
What the fuck?
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we? You were wondering why Emmett Selk joined the Convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether.
I'm cooler than him.
But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emmett Selk has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand. Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve himself in the business of others. Where he walks, excitement is certain to follow. His antics irritate Emmett Selk to no end.
Shadows are so distracting.
Much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern.
They do need to be a little
When
bit
our
more...
friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents.
I'm flying!
And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine. And together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Don't think too much about it.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
I'm flying! Did Emmett even do anything?
Ah,
He just
yes.
sat on a dog hole.
I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
We can't say anything to anyone.
Run!
Don't worry about it. It's just your entire society died, and everyone you care about was split into like 14 pieces and died.
It was very cool.
It's very cool. Emmett Selk was still there.
Where is Emmett Selk?
Why don't...
I gotta click on him manually. My controller doesn't like it. Wait.
Why can't
Oh,
I
you can't target him, can you?
No, I think you just did it in the location.
Emerging from his reverie, Emmett Selk notices you and begins to descend with the car debris.
Ooh.
Ooh.
The Viera wave has such different energy.
Oh yeah, I love the Vero wave. It's great.
The Rothgar put their entire body into it.
Yeah. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly.
Oh. Thank you!
Apparently it has words. And our familiar friend, I could relax and have a pleasant chat.
I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson.
That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed, with this, we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. they may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion, if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. That's what you want! But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way, we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here, and we will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish.
I'm gonna die!
They're eugenicking me!
I was gonna say, the strange paradox of being people that basically create everyone, but also are anti-eugenics. And it's like, how do you dodge that when you're also making everything in the first place?
They are immortal, right?
Yeah, I think they just choose when they die.
If they get bored.
Because the guy that they
That's
want
crazy.
the guy they want him to replace in the council is like, yeah, I'm ready to go.
How would you tell the difference between someone who's like felt they've completed their goals or somebody who's just depressed? It seems really
Very good question. They may not delineate between those.
Yeah, maybe
that's
they're just
not
like,
good.
bye.
Yeah, what if Fandaniel's just sad? What if he's like, you know what, it's kind of cool doing everything, but I'm just kind of a little sad, man. I haven't rode a pony in a while. And he just like, I'm just going to go back to the star.
I guess
and everybody's like, yeah, that's great, yeah.
I guess I quit. Finally, his position's open. It's been 3,000 years.
Yeah, it seems, I guess if you can live forever, I guess, could you get bored? What do they only have one planet? Do they go
Could you get bored? I don't know. Do you get bored?
Could.
Yes, but not because of like running out of things to do. I get bored because I don't financially have the means to do things. I mean, I don't think I could ever be bored if I had an unlimited amount of resources or magic or whatever. Yeah. There's just so much shit to do. Are you kidding me? Like, think of like any one normal magic spell. You can do that for everything in the planet. Like fly. Well, what happens if you make a rock fly? What happens if you make a cloud fly? What if you make a sky fly? Like you can do that for everything. That's my brain at least. So I don't think I would get bored. Other people might. They might just like eat every donut flavor in the world and go like, all right, that's it. I'm going back to the star.
Other people get bored, but I guess
concrete goals.
Because it just built different. One of their goals is to be buried in concrete.
Hermes, I'm still here, remember?
I'd forgotten.
I only fell asleep for a minute.
Hermes.
I'm fine. Don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let's return to Agnosis for now. Did I put pink rims on my glasses?
You should.
That is an option. I know one of the glasses, if you set it to brown, becomes camel shell pattern.
Huh.
It turns what? Camel shell?
Camel shell? Tortoise shell? Tortoise shell. That's what you call it.
Tortoise shell.
Camel shell.
Oh.
You know, the shell on a camel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a lot
Where
of
they keep their water, in their shell. Like a
Yeah.
kappa.
Yeah.
Yep. And then they sneak up on you and go for your butthole.
Yep. Gotta get that Shirokodama out.
What? Is that a thing that camels do?
No, it's the kappa.
Oh, you're talking about kappa. Okay.
Yeah, the Stop Online Piracy Act.
Yeah.
Sorry, I took my headphones off for a second, so all I heard was like, go for the butthole. And I was like, are you still talking about camels? What the hell happened?
I fell asleep
They're
for a minute
vicious,
during the
man.
last cutscene.
What? Did you?
Yep, I was just poop.
Yeah, this is kind of a dry section.
This is a really sleepy section. It looked more exciting when we quit last time, revealing a crazy place.
It revealed a crazy place with some characters that we don't spend a lot of time with, and like a very big setting. This changes everything kind of way.
This place is insane, and Emmett Self's
we're just
here, and
kinda
we're
like, we're
doing
the health
slow
inspectors.
motion zookeeping, and it's like, oh god, it's the rabbits again.
Yeah.
It's like
I
we
do
keep
like
going
your
back and
DNA
forth
Man
between
energy.
We keep going back and forth between the apocalypse and then various like hangout beach episodes.
I understand the need to like switch up the tension, but it does feel like a little too back and forth.
There's just zero tension for like hours, and you're like, oh my god,
I think
Jesus
they're just,
Christ.
Yeah, it feels like they're really bad at pacing space. If that, I don't know, like whatever, like breathing in a story. It seems like they want you, they take breaths at good times, but they take too long of a breath. So you feel like you're like, okay, yeah, well, yeah, but let's get back to the story though. And I don't feel like that's the intent, but some of these are just like, ugh.
I'm getting all the horny plants again.
What does that mean? Horny plants?
I'm being traded mistletoe,
What?
nipplewort, and eggplant.
Ooh.
Wait, why isn't...
I think this is. I think this combination of herbs is called the Eorzean suck and fuck.
oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Should I be scared? What's happening?
Are you getting more?
Oh. Oh.
I mean, I don't care about monetization.
What are these?
Keith is just getting... Who just looked at me?
Wait, new hairstyles. I'm being sent new hairstyles.
Mistletoe.
Did new hairstyles launch? I don't have any of these.
Nipplewort. Wizard eggplant specifically? Who's the wizard?
What are these?
Can I see a picture of the wizard this eggplant came from?
He looks exactly like the eggplant.
This is saintly style. Ambitious ends.
Oh god, what an awful image.
And
why did I do that?
It takes two. I don't know any of these hairstyles. Should I be afraid?
I don't know. Go to the esthetician and see.
I can't. We're here. We're busy.
There's no pure eggplant. What do you mean there's no pure eggplant?
Nipplewort.
There's just not an eggplant?
Eggplant.
Wizard eggplant's it? Like, that's the...
I love a good Thai
I'm thinking you...
eggplant. They're the really
I feel like you
long,
just
skinny
stole
ones.
this.
It's the Waluigi of eggplants.
The Waluigi of eggplants?
What does that mean?
They're long and skinny. I love them.
It never gets invited to Smash? Oh, long and skinny. Okay.
It never gets invited to Smash.
Wow, just like me for real.
Oh no.
Waluigi like me for real, for real.
I'm scared.
Poor guy. R.I.P. Waluigi. You had one chance. That is lame. Someone should talk to Yoshi P and get him to put an eggplant in the game.
And it's just called regular eggplant.
Regular
Yeah,
eggplant.
just call it regular.
That makes
Unsuspicious
regular.
eggplant. Or just add surprise quotes to things. One of my favorite like suspiciously furry things about Critter Cove is, I don't know if you've seen this, Cobb, but when you reach a certain level of friendship with people, they want you to make them a friendship bracelet. And for some reason the friendship bracelet tells you where they are on the map, like a tracking device.
Illegal.
And they compare it to like what people used to give their fuzzy friends back in the day. So they compare it to a collar. And it's chipped seemingly. And it says and the name of the item is quote unquote friendship bracelet.
Okay.
The word friendship is in quotes. Like what? Why? I don't understand.
There's a lot of subtle, upsetting things about that game, and I like that.
More and more, you're like, what are you implying here? The game is so weird. My favorite detail is the entire ocean is full of destroyed cities, and there's just human skeletons everywhere.
But no humans.
Yeah, you can play as a human, so they technically still exist, but I didn't play as a furry. And it's Animal Crossing, so every villager is a furry, not a human. So if you play as a human, you're like the only human. But the entire ocean is full of human skeletons.
Why does Animal Crossing not let you play as an animal?
Because they're lame.
Wow. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a bad franchise.
That's kind of rude.
Stupid.
I don't like this slander.
I mean, so much of what makes Critter Cove feel sane to play compared to Animal Crossing is just the fact that it has a day-night cycle that's not real life. It has a Minecraft day-night cycle, so you get to just fucking play the game and keep moving forward instead of being like, well, you're out of stuff today. Come back tomorrow on your, the calendar day tomorrow. You're not allowed to play Animal Crossing anymore.
It's not trying to be a lifestyle game.
Yeah, you just keep playing it. You're like, ooh. It does have the most, it has like the most, it has like the most involved character creator I've seen outside of like, what's it called? Like
Rack 2?
No, like Yifalicious 2, I think was the one.
What?
I'm thinking of the one Factory.
What?
It's really unusual.
What? I don't even.
How you doing, MSL? How you doing?
I'm just that I have never heard that word before, but I have enough context for what that word means that like my brain was hit with a like, oh, I have a lot of questions immediately. Like, okay. Anyways, Emmett, so what? Want to apologize for forcing me to help you? Do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business.
Ithilde is just laughing at the tsundere over here.
Yeah, what is tsundere?
It's not like I even like doing it.
I mean, technically, he's all soon, no dere. I don't think I've ever seen him be cute.
All soon, no dere.
Yeah, the man soon.
I'll get that on a t-shirt.
All soon, no dairy is what it sounds like.
Tell me, familiar, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value?
I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I don't think I've found it yet.
I gave up looking.
If only my work were more interesting. Nevertheless, I'm still indebted to you for keeping Meteion company. If there's aught I might do, you need but ask.
You played with my child thing for 5 minutes. I owe you a debt.
Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. I always sound like this.
Is something the matter with your voice?
I'm Von Lycion. I'm afraid it's done again. No sooner did we release one for observation that it set upon the nearby occupies Wall Street, slaughtering them.
Can't believe Von Lycion is occupying Wall Street. Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked?
I just fed them myself, but the occupies were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of Von Lycion that it's to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I've no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no doubt in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is done.
Where's the scene of the incident?
Just off the path of the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doros is still there, however. Hermes, wait!
If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. No, not you.
Not you. Ew.
Go away.
Unsightly. Whee! Where are we going? Oh, pretty deep.
Just going for a jog. It's good for my turtle's cardio.
Isn't your turtle flying? Oh, no, he's running. Okay.
He only flies when you unlock flying. Which is approximately never. We almost never get to fly.
I do appreciate that they made all mounts able to fly in this.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, in WoW, it feels like most of the mounts you just never touch again once you have flying.
Yeah, it's really disappointing when you have a favorite mount and it can never fly. It's also disappointing that Worgen can't fly.
What? Like, they just take off into the sky?
They can't fly. It pisses me off. Worgen
you mean they can't mount?
Worgen have a travel form, so it pisses me off that it can't fly. I just want to stay in werewolf mode. My favorite thing in all of World of Warcraft is the fact that when you're in ground mount areas, Worgen just can like transform into travel mode by just kind of like doing a little stretch, basically, and then they just fucking run places on all fours. It's great. I love it.
We're originally going to give that to Tauren, but it wasn't like good enough yet. But by the time they got to Worgen, it looked better.
Worgen being able to run around on all fours is my favorite thing, and the fact that it's almost always completely irrelevant because you can fly is tragic.
Lacerations and burns are unmistakable. Lycaon was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. That man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. And Methelk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Lycaon did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders once you've finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with the familiar.
We call him the familiar, but he's the person we know least here.
Isn't that funny? What a country this Elpis.
What a country. Come. It's down this path and over the bridge. To grandmother's house we go. Whee!
Okay.
You had a thought.
I was just like, the furry husband has claimed another.
Yes.
That. I tried ZZZ, but I didn't unlock them, so I uninstalled the game.
Yeah.
But it's a gacha game. So I got to the part where you first get to draw characters, and then I didn't get that character, so I just uninstalled.
I liked the gameplay, but it has that company's storytelling style where everything is very slow and drawn out and incredibly tropey.
So much dialogue. The cutscenes are like kind of stylized. Like it's kind of like it's got a little bit of
like the pre-rendered cutscenes. Those are very good.
It's got some effort to it. There's like the animations are like really good sometimes.
Yes.
The combat like is flashy and looks neat. It's extremely shallow. It's kind of boring because you're just mashing a button, then hitting the counterattack button when they attack you, and pressing a variety of super attack buttons whenever the game kind of tells you they're ready without really needing to learn how they work.
I was assuming it would get harder once you like start hitting the gacha wall, but I didn't get that far.
Yeah, it was fairly boring, but I was gonna do a let's try of it with Von Lycaon, and then I didn't unlock them, so I'm like, nope. I am not registering a new account and redoing the entire tutorial to re-roll over and over again. I'm just gonna not play this game.
You're that gacha game developers, if you just give Keith the furry character, then ask him to cover the game.
It's quite a gamble to try to bait furries by having a furry character in the gacha, but there's one furry in the entire gacha and like 30 anime girls.
Yeah.
Because the only other furry is Ben Bigger, I think, and I don't think you can even draw him. I think you have to unlock him by playing through the story.
He's actually one of the common ones, so it's very funny that you didn't get him.
Oh, you can just draw him directly. I thought you had to get him.
You also get him from the story if you haven't gotten him yet.
That's funny as hell. I cannot believe you did not draw a common that is a furry. That's.
Well, it's like the only thing there. Yeah, I just drew like some random character I didn't know.
Yeah, they also like reveal like the next 20 characters they're working on. No more furries.
I've got a joke here. It says, "Hey Zev, what do you call a good night out in the Downs drink? Wild banana blend."
What?
Penis.
What? Wait, where did you see that? Did someone DM that to you?
They DM'd it to me, and then they traded me a blended banana drink. Wild banana blend.
Okay.
Oh, they want to get your banana blended.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm gonna chug the banana blend.
I ask that every time I go to Jamba Juice.
I've got a belly full of banana juice.
They always look at me weird.
I've never been to a Jamba Juice.
They're fine.
Do you want to go?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go to a Jamba Juice in like 2 weeks or whenever that trip is when you're gonna be here.
Yeah,
I like going to Jamba Juice.
I've been
There's
to California.
Literally one there's gonna be one like 5 feet away from where everyone's sleeping. So
I flew to California once for a 2-hour meeting and then flew back. Didn't even get to eat.
Jesus Christ.
I would be furious. I'd be like, why the fuck am I
Well, I'm
here?
sure we'll get to do a tour of wherever Andrew and Toaster like to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the area that well. 'Cause I was a loser when I lived there. Anyway, I'm chock full of banana drink. Let's... There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look out for Doros too. He's a man with a long blonde hair, I think. I think I'll know him when I see him. Melton's now company, blah, 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 blah. Also, yeah, thanks for the hairstyles. I'll check them out at the end of the stream. Right now, we're doing things. That would be too long of a distraction.
Oh my god, they have the ponies.
They have ponies.
That guy's riding a capybara. Oh no, that's the actual player.
That's a real person.
I thought that was because they
were wearing
the,
capybaras are so
robes
they're just so chill looking.
I love them.
Look so
relaxed.
relaxed.
But they have the actual dumb robes on, so I thought they were one of the people.
So do I. Blonde-haired woman.
Sure.
Mine are in.
But I can see your name above you.
If you're with Meteion, then I assume you're here on errands for Hermes. What can I do for you? Sorry, wrong person. You're looking for Doros. I see. We do have similar hair. So often people mistake us from afar. I hope you find him soon.
If only we could just have some individuality.
Oh, okay, so the blonde-haired man. So not that one, because that's the dark-haired man. Blonde-haired man's over here. I mistook it for a check all three people thing. Let's just go to the correct one.
Doros, that's Doros. Next to that character with pink hair and pronouns.
What? Oh wow, she is. Okay. Well now, if innocent Meteion, what brings you here? Oh, is his voice gonna be really bad? Okay, good.
I thought I heard familiar grating voices.
Oh.
I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Lycaons, I believe. Where are they now?
Out in the fields in restraint. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Kisses. Once I summon my report, I'll see them reverted without delay.
I'll give them many kisses.
So many kisses. Where's the mistletoe? The mistletoe kisses.
It's as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious.
You're one of the 14! What brings you here? Nothing you need to concern yourself with, as you were.
We've heard the news. The Lycaons slaughtered Okipedes. As the observer in charge, you're of the opinion that they are not to be released?
I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It does not matter where they are released. Lycaons would threaten other species and upset the natural order.
Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier?
No. Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Karyos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Karyos?
My wayward son.
A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive, and potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, a Pashtrut may wish to have words with you.
Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Observer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but is still preferable to execution.
Come now, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. Why isn't it progressing? Oh, there we go. If a creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of Keros, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. It is all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes.
I understand these things. I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat onto the world. Yet insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all of creation, it is all the Lachions have. Before we seal their fate, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked.
If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, and we may take it from there.
Nod. Nod.
Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion? That MX Selk may better carry out his duties. By all means. Pray, show them to the meeting room.
All right, come on, guys, follow me in. Wipe your fucking shoes. I don't know where you guys have been stepping. Oh, we have to talk to the child? Okay.
Excuse me, we get to talk to the child? To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once.
Oh. Did you, Hermes?
I leveled
You're right here.
another skill I won't read.
Wow.
And the cycle continues.
Yay! There's too many buttons. I ran out of slots.
Well, maybe it's one of those ones that just upgrades an existing ability.
Enhanced Living Shadow. Let's see.
It's the main skill for his entire class.
It probably just replaced an ability I already have, so I probably don't need to learn it.
Which is the fun ones. I love when you just look at your bar and you go, huh? What the fuck happened? One of my moves is missing.
I like that they have like started to hit the limit on hotbar, so they started to make more abilities that just like when your meter fills up, it replaces this attack.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't need new buttons. That's good.
Oh, Living Shadow.
I don't
Conjure
understand.
a simulacrum of your dark side to fight alongside you. And Enhanced Living Shadow is a
Bro, that's
better
cool.
version. I've never equipped the original version of it yet.
What?
I
Bro,
didn't know I had,
turn that shit on.
That's
didn't know I had
multiplier.
I didn't know I had that button.
I bet.
I'll put it under Blackest Night. What bar is that on?
That's
There
a
it is.
little. Why put all the dark stuff together?
It's just on. If I double trap right trigger, it's the only spot left.
You don't sort your hotbar by color?
What?
No, I tried.
What the fuck?
I don't understand why they don't just literally keep the PvP stuff.
No.
Just make everything.
Oh, no.
It doesn't look like me. That's stupid.
That's extremely dumb.
How will I self-cess now?
What the fuck? What? Wait.
I can't summon an additional cat man? Why is it
Is it a
just...
Makote?
It's just, we all summon the same stupid nerd?
It's just a
What is
shit.
That's
Is it-
so lame. Yeah, it's the guy
Is it
from
a
the
shadow dude?
quest.
No, it's a
It's the
raise.
guy from the quest that you did to get here.
Ah.
Womp womp. All right.
I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time Meteion, are you feeling unwell?
It's not me, Hermes, it's you.
Wow.
Damn.
We're being covered in Dark Knight stuff.
I won't go to the meeting.
I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with him.
Loath that I am to impose. May I leave Meteion in your care again?
Fuck no.
Kind of
Fine.
blurted out. I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me.
All right, child. Where
Can
are we
you help
going?
me with something? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with the flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creations of Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here, at the 12 Wonders. I find it interesting that this is like oddly similar to the last WoW expansion that I played.
Which one was that?
The Afterlife one.
Oh, I didn't
Where
play
they
that
break down like the basis of the afterlife, and it's like 4 realms that make up the different parts of it. Like the kind of like a hell realm and like a purgatory realm where people are retrained and so on and so forth. And it's weird energy. A vibrant purple flower, bigger than your hands, adorn the tree. Ooh, it's so big and bright, I love them. But they may be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes says. Like, it's always feels a little weird when you go to the sort of nonsensical part of the MMO where they like, here's the basis of how the whole reality works. It's abstract, but also represented as like the basic visuals that you've always seen. It's kind of... But it's like a god tree, not a normal tree, and so on. A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far.
No, I'm not really worried. I think I could probably
I'm an
kill.
adult. I'll be fine. Also, I'm gonna go there by sitting. I do not walk. An array of beautiful flowers in the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine, though. Let's keep going. Let's keep looking.
Okay. What's in the familiar
Set on a tall,
plant?
thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations. Oh, a conian, a flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking at shot seeds at him, not a good gift, maybe. But you're good at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. I'm wondering how it's often easiest to just not read the name, and the grammar works fine.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to replace it each time.
Because they usually use it as like an additional aside when talking to you, not when talking about you.
And we're so far from the original things I would sub in because no one knows who we are anymore.
No one knows we're the wall. No one knows we're us as a hero, just as a familiar.
Because heroes are go-to replacement for like 4 entire story arcs or whatever. You spy nothing promising nearby. At best, common-looking grasses with some few tiny flowers. Nothing around here. Ah! Over there. Something big. Huge. It's me. I'm right here. Don't worry about it.
I don't like how these topiaries are shaped.
Everything's fine. It's the friend flower. The vor flower.
It breathes friend gas.
Watch out. It blinds you. A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit of it is the marble-like creature before you. It's an Adonis. The thing around its mouth looks like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. Unrelated. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think? Would he like it?
Is he into that?
Maybe. It's probably not the good sort of memory, but I could test it for you. So not this one either. Finding a good flower, it's harder than I thought. I'm sorry, hero, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise. That was the weirdest part of Final Fantasy XV. Is just
Was there a vor scene?
No, the scene with that creature, the marble thing.
Oh.
It's just a very strange moment. It's a huge, impactful, character-changing moment, but it's just like a random encounter with a monster surrounded by a series of like time skips. So it's like, why'd they want this scene specifically? And was it meant to be integrated more naturally at some point, and not just a random episodic thing that came out of nowhere? Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the skies begin. Ah, there's nothing. I can see flowers everywhere. The shiny thing over there, what could it be? It's the scene with that creature is simultaneously the most impactful thing in the entirety of that game in some ways, and also feels like it came out of nowhere. And it's also like, shouldn't moments like these have characters in them? Why just a random monster? It's so strange.
There's a lot of strange things going on with that story.
Yeah.
Oh, just
Elpis flowers. They're here too. It happens during the train segment of the game where you just keep stopping at random places and doing something for like 10 minutes, then getting back on the train. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me. They're, fucking... Like me,
I think it's enchiladas.
Enchiladas.
Tasty.
Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark.
Oh.
That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright.
Oh.
You telling me he's the only sad person here?
Losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine.
Nothing is alright.
Truly? The flower was dark in your home? Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion?
What?
I dare say I have a few. You could fit so much trauma in this boy. You don't have to say it. I can feel it's something you want to hide. But won't you lend it to me? The darkness inside you? I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone, that others are sad too. Aww. Truly? You'll do it? Thank you, thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. Oh, you weren't joking about those topiaries.
No.
I should call him. Whoop.
Okay.
I can be depressed too. Blowing your mind.
Watch how hard I can cry.
It seems they're still talking. Let's wait till they've finished.
You just like go next to the flowers and they've like wilt and then crumble to dust and die. You're like, see, mine's way worse. Like.
Hermes!
Oh, You were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteion company. Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
Telling me? You're not my therapist.
I see Meteion has shared much with you.
Pervert, put that back on.
He just has a cat face under there.
May we talk a moment?
He has like the carnival face ones. I think it's just bright orange with the black stripes or whatever. Wait, did you guys make fireflies? Did you make that? Damn, that thing is sonic.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain. But they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteion's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Oh, I could tell you all about suffering.
Lest you misunderstand, I derive no pleasure from your pain. It's just the fact that you are still here in spite of your suffering gives me heart.
Do none of you suffer?
The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day?
Survival, usually.
To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters. Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion. Let's head back.
All right!
Seems like it might not be a good idea to have a telepathic empath if your planet is also sentient.
Oh. What's wrong?
Yeah.
Just gotta be able to reach the core. Whoop.
The way that your entire robe fans out when you spin in the air.
Yeah.
A UFO. Oh.
An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time to attend to my next task. As Emetzelk and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycaons. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I find no fault in his judgment. The Lycaons would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycaons have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study.
If you have resolved, then we have but to accompany you.
Of course. Let us be off then. We return to the main isle. But I'm not ready to conclude.
Conclude.
Don't conclude on me, bro.
No.
And I.
He just sounded so sad. No.
There's a lot of aliens around here. I'm getting kind of concerned. Oh.
They're big.
Oh, they're like just... They're just dead.
Who made this and why? Why did you think making these was a good idea that wouldn't be a super aggressive thing?
Because they're cool.
They don't have,
you know, a good point.
They don't get to choose what it looks like, right? They just like find things they want to put together that could make a thing and then make it.
It's not clear how much like details they get into in their design process.
Final Fantasy just likes so many just absolutely horrific looking, just unpleasant faces on creatures. It's like, calm down, Final Fantasy XIV. It's like, why?
Especially if they're canines. They don't like canines.
They're always horrible, snarling canine monsters that look like dragons. You're like, ugh. Like, the dragons themselves have really rough faces, too. You're like, where even is the face sometimes? You're like looking for it because it doesn't scan.
Doros, are you hurt? What happened, dear?
They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became friendly, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop like 4. The other 3 escaped.
I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders.
The last one is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and the familiar handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me.
If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to Emetzelk, unneeded though it is.
Emotional support.
He just needs his back rubbed. Meteion, you are to stay here with Doros.
But Hermes...
The Lycaons must be reverted. I would spare you their pain and my own. This is my burden, not yours. But if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead.
It's alright, Bird Brain. Just hang out here.
This is why the ZZZ Lycaon has bondage on his face, so that he stays in check.
The bondage holds the snout.
It's load bearing.
Load bearing.
Wow, look at that off-road.
Look at that tree creature. Oh, they're trippy.
Oh yeah, those.
Yeah, what's a hug?
An Yggdrasil? Like an Yggdrasil treant?
Yeah, exactly.
This is hell
That's
of a
Pokemon naming convention right
That's
there.
a mess of a name, yeah.
I appreciate your help and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry, within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You will approach slowly, in full view, and draw the Lycaon's attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Stand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. Why did you teach it to fly?
Yeah, I'm like, why do they fly? What did you do?
I think all animals have to fly.
Summoning a fun clone, wee!
I mean, they're even making the, what's it called? The fish fly.
They're all ready to be mounts. Face down its fireballs. Sleep down in the fire. Street called named Desire.
Oh, we gotta stand on a thing.
Oh. I missed the glitter and all the glitter.
Me too.
Now.
What? Hey, wait a second.
Forgive me. Please.
It's okay.
No.
May you and your kin find peace.
I deserved it. Ooh.
Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure. To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire.
Do they not eat?
Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
Just sneezes. Dog pollen.
Join the Convocation, Hermes.
The dogs are pollinating.
You do not belong here.
Take a dogweed.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Fandaniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
Everyone talking to him?
I
Go
am now.
back. Oh.
The only other Lycaons have been taken care of. The incident is resolved, and life in Elpis continues as normal, or ends, as the case may be.
Whoops.
Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet, never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment?
Yeah, it's about like that. Where to now? If there's anywhere else you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way.
Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the Convocation, merely postponed its decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues.
Ever the pragmatist. Then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, our familiar friend? Will you continue along with us?
Sure.
I'm trapped.
Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters are there to be had. If you would follow me, we must first head back to the Edenganosis.
These names just feel like an affront.
Yeah.
Just absolutely unhinged things to have to pronounce.
Oh, I am so looking forward to Dawn Trail.
Oh no.
Remember the apocalypse that was happening?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, this is an interesting storyline and an interesting character, but it's been 3 hours.
Yeah.
So you're like, dang. It took us
Well,
less time to
there's
get
a
to the last No Way Home update. And that had like a half dozen characters in the whole setting and everything.
I feel like they wanted to include this as an area, but with their 6 large area structure, they kind of had to really bloat this story segment to justify having us come here.
Yeah, like you can't.
They're kind of trapped into that
like
storytelling
you can't just
style.
have normal pacing. When you have like the giant bunny area or this area, you have to sit there and like justify those zones with like hours of dialogue.
Yeah, they can't be like visit it briefly and then come back there for end game stuff.
You look at your dialogue and they're like, make it longer. Oh my god, that amount. A bit extra.
From here, we follow the path northward to the Notonius. There we will find one of the naves, which will facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we?
Keyword being leave. Just, it feels like the way to do this
Look at that
more
whale.
efficiently and more emotionally. That thing's got a big funny head.
Why is
The
it
shock
flying?
maw.
Why does every fish have to fly in this world?
Because they don't have water working very well.
Apparently
Do you want to go
not.
back to having a giant lake to swim around in? That place sucked.
Yeah.
I mean,
One of
I
the
don't
worst
have
parts
to
about
swim in it.
Stormblood. You do, because I mean,
more just
whenever if
because-
they have a water area, that means you're gonna have to do stuff in the water. That's always what happens.
I don't think there's any water areas where you fight in the water because they didn't want to make water combat animations.
Do you not ever fight underwater in Stormblood?
No.
Stormblood? Oh.
You go down to little air pockets and fight in them.
Oh god, you do, don't you? And then you do activities in the water.
Yeah. Here we are, the Notonius. This noose will take us to the Camelios Zephyros, the western island. Those were all words, believe it or not.
Yup.
That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way. We can soon admire the view from above.
I
You
just nod my head. I don't even bother anymore.
I do like the words looming and large.
Mm-hmm.
In that order?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I present to you Calamelios Zephyros.
Zephyros.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities.
Is that a corn?
As well as the observation hub of Poiton
Big
Oikos.
corn.
Big corn.
Right then. Let's begin by... Well, an Arrayus. How delightful.
No. Incorrect.
And what, pray tell, is that?
I like to eat really small rabbits.
Is he single?
That's a new species of shark. We approved the
A new
concept
what?
but a few days ago.
All
Sharks
new
are
Barra
among
muscle
the
gut
most
shark.
popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new
But
concept.
why is it walking?
At first, they were largely orthodox. Consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact. And then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight. Another, superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth.
It's a genius
It was
shark?
getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Oh. Huh. That's not what swords do.
It could be if you hit him with the back of it.
That was too close. Are you unharmed?
Hello?
Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Banar, that we should meet you here.
She's supposed to look like Heidelin? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Yeah, she's supposed to hide him, yeah.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the Convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work.
I mean, maybe she just got bored of being on the council.
Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Self.
The fuck?
I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number.
What the fuck?
Calling him
man.
so cold.
A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Then stop talking to me.
You talk shit.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
Brow-inducing.
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are? I say, have you perchance come from the future? I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
Okay.
Uh-oh. About to undo the
Now logic.
timeline.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
Does it protect you from the enthrallment of primals by chance?
Do they know what primals are?
I don't know.
Primals, you say?
Okay.
But I'm not familiar with such beings. But if they enthrall by warping the balance of ether, then yes, the magic would afford you a measure of protection. I gather from your question that you are not ignorant to its presence.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What? Excuse me?
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
Does that mean we can't reshape the past at all, though?
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours.
So then it would affect my history, yes.
How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future.
No, wait, no.
So we can save them, but only
Until
them.
a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest.
The Navity.
Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. And quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
It's time for things to get weird. Also, everything up until now was a plot cul-de-sac that had nothing to do with this. Realizing.
Yes.
Like, oh, right. The reason we're here suddenly 3 hours later.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us some time to make this. Okay.
It stands out a bit. You're like, hang on a minute. My apologies, but before I move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. A cul-de-sac, if you will. It involves finding a certain concept-engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Orions have made off with it.
An Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by their business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There's no guarantees that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek.
Please. Even that much would be enormously helpful.
While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join this search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading to Potion Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. I was just thinking about how, like, I guess we're past it now, but I figured the more emotional way of, like, handling the previous plot line would have been to, like, have it all be a debate about whether or not the blue girl counts as a person, or whether or not they should be kept or deleted and so on. And then you have like an emotional core to, like, the main struggle and everything.
I think that thing's coming back as a god.
What is?
That thing, that blue creature, that thing's too broken.
Meteion.
Being able to, like, being able to telepathically...
I meant Meteion, yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about the fish thing.
No.
The blue creature, I was like, okay, most people would call her a girl, but...
Blue kid, whatever.
Yeah, creature. He did mention that there's a bunch of them, and he sent most of them into space, so...
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, I'm under the
impression they're gonna use the spell meteor.
Meteion evolved to meteor.
But it's just like, I just think about, like, Measure of a Man, the episode of Star Trek Next Generation where they debate whether or not Data should have rights.
They debate it.
They debate it. It's like they're basically trying to prove whether or not Data's a person or not. And so there's like essentially just like an actual like legal debate about whether or not he has rights. And on that level, like if you meet the weird little innocent sad psychic girl, then like debating, like centering the struggle around her plot wise would be more interesting as opposed to just like walking around to see random animals and being like, I'm sad about this one. I'm also sad about this one. This is my personality. And it's like, it's not the worst thing, like it's not the worst premise and character, but they told it so slowly and mostly about things you don't care about, while a thing that they made you care about was right there, and you're like, this feels like a bunch of loose details that get discarded. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, all characters, no lore is like my brain. Like I don't want exposition about the world, how the world works. I want you to show it to me via like having characters I care about in conflict with each other. And that wasn't really what happened. Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Oreas no longer had the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better. Here you go.
I found this.
The crystal. Well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at the mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? It's called Thoughtbot.
I'm a bit of a gleaner.
I'm a little bit of a gleaner. Traveling and searching go hand in hand. You travel often, then? It seems we have something in common. Long ago, when I held the seat of Asm, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys had lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. This is what brings me to Elpis. In fact, many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to create a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is. The one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree?
Cause and effect? Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
Thank you again for your timely help. Now 'tis time I return this stolen property. If you could go on ahead to my accommodation, I would join you as soon as I have attended to this task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we could speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard.
Okay.
Doop, doop. Yeah, no, Measure of Man's like one of the best episodes of TNG. It's neat. His Data's been literally like an officer on the bridge for years, but it's just called into question whether or not he's a person or not. Particularly because people, I think there's somebody who wants to like take him apart and learn from like what he is and how he works and so on. And like Starfleet's like ready to like experiment on him and dismantle him and destroy him essentially in the process of learning how he was made and maybe making more. So it's a question of like whether or not he has right to bodily autonomy as an android.
Well, yeah. Seems like a weird question. I don't know. Seems weird to justify not giving rights to something. Like what?
Because it's a robot.
What is?
It's a robot.
So, I mean, it's a robot that can, without user prompt, say yes or no to a question. So I feel like that is enough.
The question is, where do we draw the line on, is this thing smart enough we should recognize it as a person?
Or even
why does it matter?
Or even does it have like a concept of self, or is it just like programmed to react like it does, like the Chinese room problem?
Sure. I mean, I guess you can test that, maybe. But if you can't accurately do it, then it's probably best to just assume it has rights rather than not.
It
just seems kind of like
proven otherwise.
Yeah, like something has to prove it doesn't deserve rights rather than it should have to prove to deserve rights, in my mind. Everything should just inherently have rights to live or whatever. And then you have to like prove, actually, no, this thing only wants to eat its own poop and its legs, so maybe it doesn't actually have a right to live. It's like, okay.
Only wants to eat its own poop and its leg.
An autocophage? Wow.
What the fuck are we talking about?
I'm just saying, like, you would do just like this that's going on here at this entire planet. You can test the right viability of something by seeing how it reacts in certain situations, like doing a test. But if you can't accurately gauge its humanity, then just assume it has it, just to be safe. Otherwise, you're gonna get screwed, right? You're gonna be like, nah, robots aren't people, and you're gonna find the robot
some
people. And be like,
atrocities. No,
yeah,
not astrologies.
We usually do our atrocities on purpose.
Yeah, you can't trick me. I'm not falling for an atrocity. If I'm committed it, I'm doing it with the intent.
If I'm committed it, I'm committed.
Exactly. I'm not half-assing atrocities.
Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put on some tea. This is your temporary abode?
That's a weird conversation you guys were having. I'm just gonna ignore it.
Yeah, I'm gonna not. You said atrocities a lot. Why is she gonna white?
What the future's like, but
robe?
Holy shit! Because she used to be the leader.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of
I'll offer you some
habit.
sweetmeats.
There's plenty of hot
Well, you
water
kill
though,
animal.
so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
So I was on the back of a cart with a Moogle, and
Woke up in Stormcloak territory.
I think a planet talked to me or something.
Let's see. The world has been sundered, broken into shards.
That seems like it's kind of too much information, right?
Why don't you start from the beginning?
That's where I am right now, here. Yeah, these people are the beginning. I am the end.
So when a man loves a woman,
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous. While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future whence he came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which he must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any, but we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable?
You were sad. You were a lonely old man
You're a lonely
Now,
old man.
I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me.
But I will.
I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again. Emmett Selk, wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Hermes and Meteion are somehow involved.
Hermes and his creation Meteion, you say? If Dynamis is the self-same energy as Akasha, as it likely seems, then those two may well be at the center of the calamity to come. This warrants further investigation. With that settled, tis time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. And suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
So can I finish that, or?
Have faith. If Emmett Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the tried-and-true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteion, and I have a good idea where we might begin.
Okay.
Nope. I should do the crystal.
Yeah.
Yes,
tune.
you should. Attune!
Haku!
I wish you could do that voice better.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, Aku or Jack?
Aku.
Yeah, Aku's really...
You gotta eat a lot of cigarettes.
It's chew on
I've done
him.
that. I've already did
He
that.
has done that.
I think it's the high pitch with also the gravel. I can't somehow reach surprisingly with my voice being as high as it is. But it's like long ago in a distant past. Like
Andrew also has a
it's not
superpower
there
where
yet.
cigarettes heal his voice.
They do.
Insane.
It was fucked up.
I love it.
I was once at his house. I once arrived at his house and his voice was blown out, and I was like, "Oh, I guess we're not recording today." And then he just like, "No, just give me a minute, and I'll smoke." And then he just smoked cigarettes, and his voice came back. I was like, "What the fuck? That's not normal."
Look, I told you.
He's smoking backwards. He's just spitting nicotine back into the cigarette.
He actually is the source.
I am the herald of all tobacco.
He's the cigarette wellspring of our world. That's why it takes so many trips.
What the fuck? What do you? Oh, why can't I talk from you from this distance? It's a little far. No, can you speak up?
You can talk from this distance in real life. You should try it sometime.
Sure, but I know.
Or have you been exclusively talking to people in kissing distance?
You got to get up in there.
I need ear-to-ear conversations, please.
See you, the woman standing in front of yonder building? Her name is Ismene. Probably.
Ismimi.
Ismimi. She is the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis, and from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions, and I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. Go on, keep your secrets. I heard that you is mean.
Me is mean? Oh, questions for me. Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. Oh boy.
The following event cannot be skipped. Do not do Duty Finder, you dumb bastard.
Do not do.
Here we go.
Just asking some questions.
Oh, it's one of these.
Greetings, Ismin. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes and is wondering if you might indulge him.
Certainly, Mistress Fanon. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know?
What are Hermes' interests, and is he single?
His interests? Well, he's an authority figure on flying life forms and has expansive knowledge of living creatures in general. Is that what you wish to know?
And he has quite the reach around. How would you describe him as a person, as a colleague?
He's a quiet man, reserved you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief observed. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else?
How long has Meteion been here?
I cannot rightly say. As the chief's personal creation, Meteion has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts.
So one day she was simply there? And what do you make of her abilities?
I understand that she is a highly unusual familiar, able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had the occasion to discuss it with the Chief Hermes.
Do you wish to know him better?
The Chief may not be the most gregarious of individuals, but he engages with us as is necessary for everyone to perform their duties. I wouldn't want to intrude upon his privacy for sake of curiosity. Though, if you wish to learn more about Meteion, you could try speaking with Timolos, another expert in creation of flying concepts. He should be conducting his observations on the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise with him.
We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight.
Think nothing of it. If there's aught else you need during our stay, please do not hesitate to ask.
Come. I think we've taken enough of Ismin's time. This person is like a man after my own heart that I described. I got interviewed last weekend by a furry, and midway through they were like, "Yeah, I forgot to bring another SD card. Can you shorten your answers?"
What?
I talk so much. I just talk so much.
Damn, dude.
Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with my resident observers. If you could track down the colleague Ismene mentioned. While I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during that previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once we've finished speaking with Timaeus. You guys being interviewed for like a YouTube video or something, and I'm probably a bad person to interview for video content because I talk so much that you probably can't.
Well, you tell them now.
Well, I probably can't. You probably can't like lift clips very effectively for a video. I don't have like nice snappy quotes. I just ramble for 10 minutes.
Whee! That's okay. I also don't make. Well, I just don't make coherent sense. So interviewing me is worthless. Oh, this is a new person. Yes, I am Tiamos, but please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. The following cannot be skipped. Okay, let's ask you some questions, Tiamos.
I feel like that last conversation was pointless, and this one feels like it's going to go the same route.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
agree.
demo.
So, what is it you wish to speak about?
What do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creations?
Chief Hermes' work. A worthy subject indeed. Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of new imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets the Chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view. Others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius.
Why not mimic his process?
What? You mean plagiarize? Now see here, when I take up the thread of creation and begin to weave,
The sun.
I must do so. Oh, just turns to dust. I must do so.
Sorry, I got sun sneeze.
I must do so in the belief that I am giving birth to something beautiful. If, in my heart, I knew I was appropriating another's inspiration. What? Excuse me?
Tiamos launches into rambling and unstoppable diatribe.
You did this to us.
So relatable.
A skippable montage.
And such an unconscionable, disgraceful act would be deserving of the utmost scorn. Therefore, despite my admiration for Meteion as a concept, I have made a conscious effort to not delve too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Meteion's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny. Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story.
Do you know of Dynamis and anthellis?
Dynamis and anthellis? Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I last heard anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest?
Nuh-uh.
Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattered that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now, I must really return to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to?
It'd been really funny if the sun rose during the fade to black of his long rant.
We were close.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty close.
Very nearly got that timing. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, both of these conversations felt like they added nothing but busy work to this story arc.
Well, now we see how this
what's the point
entire
of
species died
RNGing?
off.
What's the point of RNGing into my spread the cheeks mount if I'm not cheeked up? I'm robed. It's ruined.
That's your fault.
I've ruined it. I've wasted it. Soiled it. Soiled it.
But from below.
Oh. Good timing. I finished my own investigations not long ago. So do you have any new findings to share? I see.
Something about stealing.
Even an expert in the field had little understanding of Meteion's capabilities, let alone any awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' his colleagues view Meteion as his personal project and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads to me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis and the anthellis which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus I'm inclined to stay our current course, and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Meteion, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? She and her sisters were created to journey to the stars in search for intelligent life.
Huh?
I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? Shit's crazy, yo. These siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unsolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Peripetaya Crystalline, not far from here, just follow the path to the west.
Okay.
Fuck all of these words. They're evil. They know what they did.
Yeah, somehow all the Hindi words were way easier than these Greek words.
Yeah, these are wild.
Because they're not using the silly little apostrophes, so we don't know how to pronounce everything.
Seeing this area now makes sense why last expansion, or when we were in the our last expansion, I did PvP as this class and unlocked I did PvP as a ranged character, I think, and unlocked like a Greek set.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, my Greek set is from this thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
They won't let me use it as a melee character. It's annoying.
I hate that. I really want them to get rid of those because there's a lot of really good cross glams you can get. Most of the NPCs in this game use cross-class glams that players can't use because
they just cheat. It's like how people were mad that various Hrothgar NPCs just got to cheat at having character creator stuff. They just look like impossible characters. The tower and the one further along are both part of the facility where they archive all of Elpis's observational and testing records. Despite how they appear on the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak with at the tower, I shall join you there anon. Whee! She's gonna join, but under cover of night with a mask so that no one can tell who she is. Anon.
The white robe will not keep it away.
Mm-hmm. No one will figure it out.
Do you have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment.
Now!
Oh.
Just standing at an awkward distance staring at them.
Indeed. So if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records.
Goodbye.
Now, what was it you wished to speak about? The Chief Overseer's personal research project, and by that I assume you mean Meteion. Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteion appeared, only that she now spends most of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although, I do recall an interesting tale my dear Garlean shared with me.
He's a gleaner.
Garlean, my gleaner partner, and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteion heavensward, a host of them in fact. For several days she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed.
That sounds like a story I should like to hear.
Mistress Venat, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal.
Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since been engrossed in Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with a retelling of this sight which you so delighted your Garlean?
Of course. Or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. Hey, Garlean, get down here!
Hey!
At present, she should be observing a subject in Metabesios Thalasl.
Thalassi? Well, Metabesios Thalassi. Jesus.
That one.
Thalassophobia?
She does enjoy her time in there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail.
That's right about the ocean. You have to go to the ocean, up there.
The up ocean?
Uh-huh.
What's up ocean?
Nothing much.
I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Venat. Even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star.
Indeed they do.
'Tis a rest well-deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as Asm. Aren't you ready to die? And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis for many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. I dare say there's not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey.
They're so weird. I will be honored.
Yep.
Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Garlean in person?
Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It will take you up to the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground.
That'd be most helpful, thank you.
Here?
Because they're inventing them.
This is where they're testing them.
Yep.
You could put them in a fucking cage.
This is the beta sandbox. Let's see, this is probably it for tonight, right?
Yeah.
It's 10, 11.
Because it's like a new zone up there, I
Oh,
guess.
jeez.
Not like a full zone, but like a new
Something's
island.
up there. Waiting. Suspicious like.